And that's when I became a chaplain for a Vinity at the time. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, boy, Rob would make a great chaplain, And by then I'd lost contact where you'd moved to or where you went to next. And I talked to my sister-in-law at a wedding. I said, "Hey, have you seen where Rob is?" She said, "Well, I don't know where he is." And I was just so disappointed. And this is at the time when our company, Vinity, was partnering with Presbyterian Homes. And so I get invited to the first chaplain's meeting I go to across the way there. And so, I'm thinking this whole time, I gotta find out where Rob is. Sit down at the meeting, and guess who comes sitting right at the table next to me? Rob. He became a chaplain too.
But the other odd thing was back in the days when Coca-Cola had names on the labels, I'd sometimes buy labels for friends. And I saw this one Coca-Cola bottle that said Lane. I said, I've never seen that. And something like this. So I bought it even though we had totally lost touch. And I kept it on a shelf in my basement. And then lo and behold, we connected and then gave him the bottle. And it's been such a gift, too, to have us kind of in touch with each other, because sometimes life gets kind of crazy as a chaplain, and sometimes you're looking for someone to call for a prayer request. Yeah. And I just know Elaine is a very safe person to call, and I could pour out my heart, my concerns, and he'd be, right there, and he'd be praying. And also, too, he has great ideas. Sometimes it's enormously helpful to talk to someone else who has your role, and you're kind of stuck, and they're aware of some resources. There's some ways to handle things, and that's just such a tremendous gift. And that would really, I think, carry forth to anyone in any kind of position. It's just a real joy to have some colleagues and friends who share some of the same stresses. And so you can learn from each other, support each other, help each other out, different kinds of ways.
Encourage one another. That's what I depend on you right now, because I don't get me wrong, I love every minute of what I do, but there are times when you get weary. Say so many people died, or you're just the COVID, you can't take it anymore, And so whenever I need encouragement, it's Rob is my go-to guy to talk to, pour my heart out.
How would you compare this to your mask as a lion? Which one would you rather wear?
You're funny. Well, I guess when I think of lion, it's like I shake my jowls. I cover the jowls with this.
It could be that there's a friend from the past that someone has, and you had kind of lost touch with them. And what a great thing to reach out to them.
Oh, especially,
and you never know what will happen. But even along that same line, there might be some friends or people colleagues that you work with that have a similar kind of role. And what a gift to reach out to them, to try to get them maybe in a different place, a different setting, a different time, maybe meet at a restaurant or some other place, and just kind of really try to reach out to build a friendship or two, maybe get a couple people together. And the reality is it's tougher now with COVID without a doubt, but COVID, it won't be forever, hopefully. And it's worth making the effort, because one of the nasty effects of it is just kind of isolated all of us. We've just been kind of trapped, and our best friend becomes a TV set, and we need some live and rich relationships. And it's maybe just a challenge. It's really worth reaching out and making an effort. Sometimes you reach out, it will go nowhere, but other times it could flourish and become something very, very exhilarating, both personally as well as in really strengthen our work life as well. Yeah, it's kind of like COVID turns us all into a turtle, where we just pull in and throw winter in there too. And
I know.
It's tough to extend. It's tough to reach out. Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and I have a couple of people in my life that are in really dire shape, and COVID is just. So I guess what I'm saying is, how do I put this? God is with us, right? Always with us. He's seeing us through this. But there are people who, they have no faith, but I can be the presence of God in their life just by being with them. I can't solve their problems, I can't do this, but I can be there for them. And I have a few people in my life like that who really have no faith, but I'm there for them, and I'll as God is faithful to me, I'm going to be faithful to be with them. And it's been invaluable for them during this COVID time and the isolation that they're surrounded with. So you can't. None of us can do it for a lot of people. If we all did it for one person,
And then too, I never thought of it until I just said it, was how COVID, it's like tries to make us all into a turtle, and we all pull in and we're just locked in our shell, and you're just sitting there, probably watching TV, and and how God wants us to be, moving around. And I think the biggest, nastiest part of it is just how there's so much uncertainty.
Yeah.
Like, my nose was running yesterday. Do I have COVID? Oh, do you have COVID? Should I wear a mask? Should I go? Shouldn't I go? And it's just kind of immobilized us all. You think of that, the whole fear thing. That's one thing about our faith is, well, if I get COVID and die, life will even be better. I got a great heaven waiting. It's like we don't have to have that terror that other people, kind of wrestle with or fear.
Yeah, that's a topic I bring up a lot about fear not. Yeah.